Who could possibly be behind all this?
So hello and welcome back to Some Boy Online. Yesterday there was a teaser released by Aardman of the Wallace and Gromit theme being played on an organ, which is the type of music that Feathers McGraw listened to in the Wrong Trousers film. You've got this statue of Feathers McGraw and a mug that had tomorrow written on it, and tomorrow is now today. There is a teaser. It's about 50 seconds and we're going to watch it for the first time right now. Here we go.
We're getting reports of a crime wave across the region.
I'm live outside the West Wallaby Street house of the evil inventor.
Oh, it's the
Mr.
bloke from Were Rabbit.
Evil? I'm innocent.
Oh.
Who could possibly be behind all this?
What a shot. The scale of this thing. Oh, and a different logo on that. Right, so that was overwhelming. Let's go through it again. First thing that occurred to us is it's very, much big in scale, like Were Rabbit, which is great because that's my favourite one. You've got Gromit looking out the window and you hear this like a news reporter's voice. The music is exactly what Feathers, listened to in the Wrong Trousers. That was a really iconic part of that film that we covered recently in the original audio video. The tunes that Feathers listened to and how they kind of linked in with the story and mocked Gromit and all of that.
We're getting reports of a crime wave across the region.
So if it's a crime wave across the region, we are to assume these are all being committed by Feathers, and maybe with the whole boss thing, he's kind of like in control of maybe gadgets and inventions, or maybe he's framed Wallace and Gromit so that Wallace's inventions cause all the crime, and it looks like it's him, but it's actually Feathers. That could be a thing.
Outside the West Wallaby Street house.
So in the background here, oh, you've got a few. So I recognise this dude on the right instantly from Were Rabbit. The bloke on the left as well looks familiar, which is fantastic. I just saw fairly recently that a lot of the cast that played like the old pensioners in Were Rabbit have since passed away. They were old at the time, and the film was in 2005. So it'll be interesting if they just bring back like select background characters. Yeah, I can spot a few. There's like 1, 2, 3 here from Were Rabbit.
Of the evil inventor, Mr. Wallace.
Evil?
Oh, you go, evil inventor. Up north news. I love that. And he's wearing a knitted jumper there, maybe from Gromit. I love that. From Academy Award winner Nick Park. And you've got the crime scene tape. Oh, and there's the picture on the wall. Is it the eye thing from Were Rabbit as well? The bleeping eyes. That's what it reminds us of. That is awesome. It's Gromit's Gromit's hat from A Close Shave. Right? Like his pilot outfit, which we saw on the pop figure.
I'm innocent.
Wallace's voice is sounding really good. I'm loving all of these familiar set pieces. You've got this is the the garage bit, I think, where the rocket was built and everything. And director Merlin Crossingham. More of the crime scene stuff, the Get Up Deluxe in the corner there. And then Gromit looking through the keyhole, and you got these really ominous shots of the gnome, which is completely the opposite to what we saw of him in his introduction, when he's all friendly and cutesy looking. Wallace and Norbot's gnome improvements, no job too small. I don't know exactly, but it seems like Wallace is at least either has invented or he's claiming this is his invention, and every job that they're doing is resulting in crimes. I don't know the nature of these crimes. Is it just a robbery or murder? I don't know, but that's cool. An evidence board, presumably being looked at by the police, which is where Macintosh would come in. That looks to be in, oh my god, I didn't even notice this. That is the sidecar. Oh god, that's so cool. So that looks to be some kind of submarine in the enclosure that Feathers was held in at the end of the Wrong Trousers, the zoo. And I didn't even see this at first. The sidecar from A Close Shave, that's why he's got the helmet on. That's incredible. So we get the van and the sidecar. We've got just loads of references. This looks cinematic as hell. I can only imagine be one of those shots that they mentioned would have to have some kind of green screen because you've got this vast landscape. What is it though? The Accrington Queen, obviously this massive boat which is thingied sideways and looks to be one of many disasters in the film. Oh, and these such cool shots of Gromit sliding off alone, so presumably they're separated if Wallace ends up in jail or whatever. Kind of a reverse of the close shave thing again.
Who could possibly be behind all this?
That's an awesome shot. If we didn't know that Feathers was going to be in it, that is really cool. You got Gromit in his helmet and the scarf on, looking in the dark. A pan round to the zoo sign, which is so, I mean, it's comedic at the same time, so it's so ridiculous, but it is, but it's dramatic and cool. And that ridiculously overused da-da-da thing, which implies a villain. Diamond Geezer's Catch Thief. Okay, so this is Feathers is sat at the organ that we saw the guy was playing in the teaser in real life. That seems to be an original newspaper clipping from '93 when the events of the Wrong Trousers happened, which this is the most like lore building Wallace and Gromit film, I think, because it links so many of them, everything that we love about them. But this is the newspaper when they caught Feathers and were presumably like celebrated at the time. So Feathers is sitting here plotting his revenge with that as his kind of reminder of what they did to him. And then it changes to an orchestral version of it, and you've got the stillness of Feathers as he doesn't move an awful lot. And then World's Best Boss. And I love what they've done with the logo here as well. The lighting effects on it, it looks really cool. I think that is by far the best teaser we've had for the film yet. See, we've been following this film since like, when was it, 2021 when it was announced? And you're trying to imagine what it'll be like the whole time, especially when covering it in videos like this. When it actually gets to a point where it starts to come together and you can see what the film's going to be like. I think that moment was just there because we've now got it. You can try and put the pieces together without too many spoilers, I don't think. But it does feel very Wallace and Gromit and very right from what I've seen. It's obviously something you worry about when they haven't been on screen for this long. Yeah, it's almost like what I would do if I was tasked with making a new film. You've got Feathers back, the most loved/hated villain. You've got Ben Whitehead's amazing Wallace voice, which just kind of seamlessly fits in. And most importantly, the original parts, I think. Like a solid original story. So yeah, to sum it up, that looks amazing. Believe it or not, the premiere of the film is next week. Like, where did that come from? There was an announcement, it was like a few weeks ago, that it was going to be premiering in America at the Hollywood Chinese Theatre, which is obviously, a big honour for Wallace and Gromit. Fantastic stuff. On the other hand, I did very much want to try and infiltrate the premiere. If it was in London or anywhere in England, that would have been really cool. So by the looks of it, unless I get a golden ticket from Aardman, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to make it, and that's kind of a shame because we've followed the film since its inception. How many years ago? 2, 3, 3 years ago. It's been in production for 4 years, but 3 solid years since we knew of it, of covering, updates on this film. So it's been, a really cool journey to get to the point of its release. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. But if by any chance Nick Park or Merlin Crossingham happen to be watching this thing, yeah, it will be a dream come true to see the premiere of this. It's also very far-fetched. Lots of fans and that have asked, are you going to the premiere? And I've said, unfortunately, that's not a decision I can kind of make. So we'll have to see, but either way, much hype for the film. And just a side note that it will premiere this Christmas in the UK, but in the rest of the world, where it'll be on Netflix, that'll be on the 3rd of January. It's all coming together, and let us know in the comments which part of the trailer that you enjoyed the most. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.